Welcome again to It Doesn't Take a Genius, conversation with introspective perspectives and pithy points of view. Here are your hosts, my friends, Max and Marty.
I think that's Mark and Mike.
Yeah, whatever.
Ramsey!
Mr. Marshall, what a pleasure to see you yet again. And might I add that I see a theme here.
Yes,
with our backdrops.
My background says give, gain, and grow.
So nice.
You would think I was a suburban house living room wall with those cool words on it, laugh, love, all those things.
Live, laugh, love.
Oh yeah, you got to have that on every living room wall in America. It's a
great point. It's a great point. And I think I know why we're doing this based on some things that you're a big fan of, a particular book, and the title of this episode, which I think you suggested an even tighter, feistier title of this episode. It's going to be Stop Asking for Referrals when we type this up. You suggested.
Can you give me the name of 5 friends who you'd not like to be 5 friends with anymore?
Can you give me the names of 5 friends who you would not like to be friends with anymore? Perfect.
That is the classic referral system. So yeah, I had the opportunity to read the book, The Go-Giver, Go-Giver by Bob Berg and John David Mann. Excellent book, not new, something that's been around a while. And in the book, he has the 5 stratospheric laws of success. And one of the laws of success is give more than you take.
Yeah. Yeah.
And somebody pointed out some of these laws even seem biblical in nature.
Right.
Right. So yeah, this is probably 2,000 plus year old material that we're talking about here.
Well, and it's also a little Beatlesy, right? Because in the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make, I believe, that's got to be related somehow, in some sense. So
definitely, yeah, the Dalai Lama, the Beatles, the Bible.
Well, now, speaking of giving, we should also state that the funny title that you had for the episode, the 5 people you'd like to not be friends with anymore, we have to give credit to our colleague, Dr. Dan Edgar. We will link to his website. We definitely need to do that. And I know somebody that both of us know, Andy Buck, who is a phenomenal recruiter and trainer of dealership employees, is a big fan of the Go-Giver. So we've all come at this material thanks to some other people, I suppose, in our lives, and we'll just give some street cred to them right now by, frankly, introducing both of those individuals to the fans of this show, both of them. So,
yes,
hey, there we go.
2 shout outs for 2 fans.
Right. The love we make is equal. Yeah. No, wait. Okay. Anyway. All right. Well, so we're dogging on referrals a little bit here. Why not referrals? I think you're hinting at it a little bit, but what makes a referral so unsuccessful in this day and age?
Well, I think it started with permission marketing. So Seth Godin talked about permission marketing, the death of interruption marketing. And so how many people watch regular TV anymore? I think it's the same number of people that view our podcast. So people are watching Netflix, Disney Plus. Even if they watch a network television show, they don't watch it in real time. They record it, right, and then they go back and watch it and fast forward through the commercials.
Yep.
So interruption marketing, right, where we push our agenda on people. They don't put up with it anymore. I do the same thing. If I'm looking at a website and there's links to stories, I will mouse over the links. If I know it's a website that has tons of pop-up ads, don't click on it.
Yeah,
I'm not going there. And so when you think about the referral, it's the same thing. It's an interruption to the transaction. I don't really know what's in it for me, and it's off-putting. You're trying to take something from me and use my credibility and spend it in a way that I may or may not be comfortable with.
Right. And that's not to say that there isn't a place for a cold introduction to somebody else, but that's basically that's your argument here is that that's an interruption, that in by and large that's not going to work. We have lots of examples in our day and age of people preferring texting to phone calls. I guess that's kind of a similar concept, right? That I can do the text on my time, but whoa, you're calling me now? What do you think you're doing? Put that guy into voicemail. So this is that's sort of the concept here is we don't like to interrupt people.
That's right. That's right. It needs to be, as the theme of this is, a give before it's a take.
Okay. So it's an interruption, but it's an interruption from somebody who may be asking of me and not offering any value in my life, just wanting to take is what it's going to feel like. Okay. Fair enough. So, Mike, I have to grow my business. How in the world am I going to do this? You gotta help me here. What do I do instead?
Well, we're not opposed to having referral monsters, ambassadors, true fans, right, whatever you want to call them. We need these people in our lives that we do business with, that they're going to send us clients. And so whatever you call them, it's not really as important as the fact that the math works, right? When people send you people, they show up already having had credibility transferred from the person referring them to you. And we've got common ground, we've got a common individual in place, the interaction goes a little bit smoother. So now the question becomes, how do I develop a sea of true fans, ambassadors, sneezers, influencers, whatever you want to call them in this day?
Sneezers.
Yes, I need sneezers, influencers, true fans, influencers, ambassadors.
Sneezers, it just seems too soon to 2020, but okay, go for sneezers.
Okay.
Well, so it's not that having business referred to me is the problem. It's that how I go about getting people to refer business to me becomes a real loaded question, I guess, is the way I hear you saying this. So what is the approach that the Go Giver and other places would recommend?
Well, the first thing they recommend is that you give. Right. If I'm working in a business context, I'm meeting lots of people. So the thing that I need to do is to figure out who would be the type of person that the person I'm working with would like to meet. Right. Can I send business their way? And so if I'm working with someone and they own a restaurant, if I send them a few families to eat there, then the natural tendency is for them to send a few customers my way.
Okay.
So it goes. I think it might have been Zig Ziglar who said you can have everything you want in the world if you help everybody else get what they want. And so this is just the practical application of that. So in the course of a conversation, one of the things that we have to do is get to know people to the level that we can understand who would be best served for them to meet.
So the counter example to what you're talking about that proves your point. It's weird. I put this on the blog this morning. There's a Inc. magazine post about some Harvard research that basically says if you want to be likable, ask questions. And it can't just be ask any old question, but there's got to be questions that show an interest in somebody else. And you can prove that with follow-up questions. There is a local religious organization to a city near me, and I know several people who have been approached by members of this religious organization. And all of the conversations follow the exact same path. The person asks what seems like a very sincere, how are you today? How are you doing? How are things going? And whatever the person says as an answer, this member of this cult says, that's great, or awesome. Hey, I'm having an event at my church and I wanted to invite you. There's never actually any demonstration that they care or give a rip about you. And in fact, you can kind of tell by the time they don't ask any follow-up questions to probe on really what that means. How are you doing? So I think what I hear you saying is there's got to be something to this beyond just, I need referrals from you. It's, I need to figure out more about you and how I can help you.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And I've noticed as I've gotten older, I have less patience. So I've noticed if I share a story with somebody and they don't acknowledge what I said and jump right into their story, I don't talk to them anymore.
That's just period.
Yeah, I'm finding the exit strategy for this conversation.
Yeah.
Just give me something. Let me know that you heard me. And so,
Right.
yeah, this is an active listening thing, but more, it's just a human caring thing.
Yeah.
Just acknowledge what was shared, and then, yeah, you can share something that adds to that or relates to it.
Right.
But yeah, if it just stops dead and goes to whatever's important to them, I'm done. Don't
Yeah.
talk.
That's a little sociopathic, right? I mean, it's just saying just enough to look like you're actually caring about somebody else when you really don't. So if there's some, I know that I'm involved in a conversation with somebody who's actually interested in me with those follow-up questions, because that's time that they're giving me. If
Exactly.
nothing else, they were willing to give me that time and a little bit of attention. And boy, proof's in the pudding when they say, how could I help you? And then follow up and actually deliver on that by, sending some business my way, or, whatever it is, mowing a lawn. I don't know,
Mhm.
That's great.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's absolutely right, and you're right. There's a time factor here, and so one of the ways for the people feel like their time is spent valuable is when they get to talk about themselves.
Right.
And so Bob Berg has his 10 feel good questions. So if you're instead of the elevator pitch, right? How long have we been taught the elevator pitch?
Right.
You approach somebody, you say hi, and then within 30 seconds, I need to explain what I do and all that. Well, here's the deal. Nobody cares about your elevator pitch.
Right.
They don't care, right? What is it? It was I think it was Teddy Roosevelt said. He said, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Right.
The best way to demonstrate you care is to ask questions and pay attention.
Yeah.
Just like you were talking about. So and if you go on, we'll link to Bob Berg's 10 networking questions, right? And he's got 10 questions. Simple. How did you get your start in the widget business, right? What do you enjoy most about your profession? What advice would you give someone starting out in your business? So what thing would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? Right, just those questions that cause people to think and gives them the opportunity to talk about what they do. The whole time you're listening, you're trying to figure out, okay, who do I know that would be great for this person to meet? And then that leads us to Bob Berg's ultimate question, and he calls it the one key question that will set you apart from everyone else. Ready?
Dun, 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 dun.
How can I know if someone I'm speaking with is a good prospect for you?
For you, my customer, or whoever it is that I'm theoretically getting referrals from.
Exactly. So if I'm speaking with the landscaper and I say, how can I know if someone I'm speaking with is a good prospect for you? The landscaper is going to say, I need somebody who's got grub worms, a really awful yard, and money. Okay, if I meet somebody whose yard is infested with grub worms, it's all patchy and bare, and they got money, I'm bringing your name into that conversation.
Yep.
Right. So yeah, if I'm a car salesman, I need somebody with a paid off vehicle and who hates their current car. I can send you some of those people.
Yeah, I know those people.
Yeah. So tell me who do you need to meet? And maybe it's a knowledge thing, right? Maybe I'm trying to build connections or networking to help my nonprofit or whatever. I need to meet somebody who's got a marketing mindset.
Right.
I know a guy who's got a marketing mindset. So it may not just be transactional, it may be service related as well.
So I have a relative who is one of the top realtors in the county. I think he's top 3 agents right now.
Wow.
And if I've heard him say it once, I've heard him say it 1,000,000 times. I've got a guy who, and it doesn't matter, whatever you are talking about, he's got a guy. I need roofing. I got a guy who's the best roofer around, and he's always right. I mean, I've never been steered wrong by his recommendations. But guess what? I've just entered His name's Brad Warford. I've entered the Brad Warford circle of trust, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm a part of this network of people who are all connected. They're all trying to help each other. And Brad just seems to know how to connect those people. He's also a rabidly successful real estate agent. So I think I've seen this play out. And the thing is he really does give, right? Like he's really brought business to a lot of people, helped me out. And of course, I'm sure he has reaped benefits from it as well, just as Mr. Berg would say. So I've seen this play out. It really does work.
Oh yeah, yeah. How could I, if I own a restaurant and you send me a few families, how could I not the next time I need your services or I meet somebody who needs your services, how could I not refer them?
Yeah.
Right? It would not be in my best interest to not take care of you because you took care of me.
I think there's a dirty little secret here. You tell me if I'm wrong. You would have to actually be in community with these people. I don't mean live in the same, village or town or whatever, but you are somehow going to have to be in a relationship with these individuals that we're talking about, which I guess means that you're going to have to actually care. Like this will be a hard one to fake.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I think, you'd want to not only appear sincere, you want to actually be sincere. All right. And so I see this thing collapsing in on itself if you went at it with a lack of sincerity and with lack of desire to form relationships. And so if you're just playing at a surface level, this isn't going to work.
Isn't this like, I'm sure, if I thought about this long enough, I could come up with a Bible verse or something, but I can at least go back as far as Dale Carnegie's, how to win friends and influence people. One of the rules is be genuinely interested in other people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's this, right?
Oh, definitely. So it also goes back to a saying by Ben Franklin. So Ben Franklin said, you can do well by doing good.
Mm.
And the same thing, he contributed to churches all over Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Even though he was one religion, he didn't discriminate. He donated to a lot of them. Come to find out, Ben had a printing business. The biggest consumers of print products were churches. And Ben said, I can do well by doing good. If I help out these folks,
sure,
then good stuff will come back to me. And so if you think about the fact that no one's answering their phone if they don't know the number already,
right.
The fact that your spam email is either getting filtered out by technology or the daily ritual of deleting bulk, levels of spam emails in my account. We figured out modern ways to avoid people who aren't in our circle, in our relationship. So this becomes one of the key things that we're going to have to do in order for us to build our business, to grow our business.
Yeah. I can only see this getting more extreme as the years go on, factionalism and all sorts of things rearing their ugly head. The trust factor is increasingly going to become a crucial part of success in an organization. So great stuff. All right. We're going to link to a bunch of things. We're going to recap this bad boy, but thanks for introducing us to the Go-Giver, Mike. Great stuff.
My pleasure. And there's 4 other stratospheric laws of success. So
we just hit one. Yeah.
Just hit one. This was one of my favorites. Always resonates well when I share it with salespeople and anybody for that matter. So take a look at it, dive in, and like all this stuff, just try it once, right? Try that question one time on one person and see where it takes you. And if you like it, second time, third time, fourth time, just keep trying it.
Love it. Love it. All right. Well, happy question asking, everybody.
Yes. Good luck with that. We're pretty confident you're going to like it. And speaking of liking us, let's our announcer.
Oh, you're ironic today. Got it.
Yeah. I think he really loves us.
And there you have it. Another session of contemporaneous extemporizing from Mark and Mike. I know it's redundant, but consider who we're talking about. As always, feel free to share the ideas you heard here. No rights are reserved, no permissions needed. Thanks. See you next time on It Doesn't Take a Genius.
that's good enough.